You know, that feeling, that kind of nagging sense that you could be doing more, maybe growing more, living a bit more intentionally.
Yeah, I think we all get that.
What if, um, what if that shift didn't need some huge life overhaul, but could actually start with just 1 hour?
Yeah.
1 hour a day, spent deliberately.
It almost sounds too simple, doesn't it?
Right. We're so used to thinking big changes need these massive, often overwhelming efforts.
But that's exactly the fascinating idea we're diving into today. This concept, and it's really powerfully put in the YouTube video, 1 hour a day can change your life, from Jim Rohn Motivation HQ,
Okay.
is that consistent, focused attention, just 60 minutes daily, but directed across different parts of your life, well, it can actually lead to really profound, lasting change.
It sort of pushes back against that all or nothing thinking.
Completely. It challenges it.
And for you listening, someone who's clearly into learning, loves those aha moments, but maybe also wants a clear path without feeling like buried under info.
Yeah, avoiding the overwhelm.
Exactly. This deep dive, it's really designed to cut through that noise. We want to pull out the core wisdom here, make it something you can use like right away.
Yeah, our mission is pretty straightforward. Let's distill the key principles, the actionable stuff from this Jim Rohn message, show you exactly how you might harness the power of that single daily hour to, ignite some meaningful change.
Okay, let's get into it then. The video, it really emphasizes the importance of the very first hour of the day. Not just waking up, but it's framed as this crucial launch pad.
The foundation.
The foundation for everything else that day. What makes that first hour so potentially powerful?
Well, it's compelling when you think about how many of us just sort of give away that first hour without realizing it.
Also.
You reach for the phone, instantly sucked into emails, news, social media. We all do it. But essentially, you're letting the outside world kind of program your mind right from the start. It's a reactive way to begin.
Right, like handing over the steering wheel before you've even decided where you want to go.
Yeah.
So the video pushes for a totally different approach.
Completely different. Use that hour proactively. Intentionally build yourself.
Okay, so what does that look like? What kind of activities are we talking about for this foundational time?
It suggests a mix, really. Nourishing things, like maybe dedicating time to read 10 pages, something insightful.
Manageable.
Totally. Then shifting gears, maybe gratitude. Jotting down 3 things you're thankful for, planning your day with purpose, visualizing your goals to keep them sharp in your mind.
Okay.
Maybe some exercise. Get the body moving, hydrate, and even just a few moments of quiet, mindful silence.
Quite a holistic package. And the core idea behind it is just so potent. If you can win the first hour, you can win the day.
And if you win enough days, you win your life. It's that compounding effect, isn't it? Small wins adding up.
Exactly, creating that positive ripple. But what about the classic excuse, I'm just not a morning person? Does the video address that?
It does, and it makes a really key point. Success, discipline, they aren't really about whether you feel like a morning person.
Oh.
They're built through habit, consistent habits. It's not about suddenly loving mornings. It's about deciding to use that time intentionally, whatever your natural rhythm is. You build the habit.
You train yourself. It's a deliberate choice.
That's it. And the fundamental shift it's pushing for in that hour is moving from just consuming stuff to actually creating something.
Consumption to creation. I like that.
Yeah. You're consciously investing in your future, in yourself, before the world starts pulling you everywhere, touching your future before you touch the world.
Okay, so step 1. Carve out that first hour.
Right.
Win it. But then the video says, okay, this hour is vulnerable. You have to guard it like treasure.
Yeah, it's fragile.
What makes it so easy to lose? What are these thieves it talks about?
Oh, it's fascinating how easily it slips away. Think about it. Those constant pings, the notifications, those quick favors someone asks for that turn into, half an hour. Seemingly small tasks that just suddenly explode. Those are the thieves.
It's so true. You sit down, all focused, and bam, you're answering emails you didn't plan to. The video says this isn't just spare time. It's sacred and strategic.
Precisely. You have to elevate it in your own mind. It's not just leftover time. The analogy it uses comparing time to money, but saying lost time is way more dangerous because you can't get it back.
Oof, that hits home.
Right. It really drives home the value.
So, practically speaking, how do we actually protect it? What are the strategies for building those walls around the hour?
It gives some really concrete steps. Setting firm boundaries is a big one, like maybe a personal rule. No calls, no emails, no mindless scrolling during that hour.
Okay.
Scheduling it, actually putting it in your calendar the night before, mentally labeling it as non-negotiable.
Like a meeting with yourself.
Exactly. And this is crucial, communicating its importance to others, your family, maybe colleagues.
The communication piece. Letting people know, hey, this is my focus time, not just me being available. That could make a real difference with interruptions.
A huge difference. And the video gives this really sharp filter to use. If it doesn't grow you, it doesn't get your hour.
Simple as that.
It forces that prioritization. Makes you really think, is this activity actually moving me forward? Is it contributing to my growth? It's an investment in your future self.
Okay, so we've claimed the hour, we're guarding it. But then the video makes another really important point. Just having the hour isn't enough.
Right. The magic isn't just in the time itself.
It talks about needing intentionality, direction before action. What's the main idea there?
Well, it tackles that common problem of being really busy, but not actually making meaningful progress.
My hamster wheel.
Exactly. The treadmill analogy is perfect. You can put in a ton of effort, sweat buckets, but if you don't know where you're running to, you stay in the same spot.
So it's the difference between busyness and, like, purposeful action. Before you even start the hour, what's the key question we need to ask?
The big one is simply, where am I going? Sounds basic, right? But taking that pause to set your direction gives everything that follows focus and meaning. Without it, even a well-protected hour can kind of drift.
And to really sharpen that focus, it suggests spending just a few minutes right at the start of the hour asking some specific questions.
Yeah, just 3 minutes or so. Ask yourself, okay, what's my main goal here? What specific skill am I trying to build or practice? What part of my life am I aiming to improve right now? And maybe the most important one, why does this matter to me? What's the deeper reason?
And writing it down helps.
Strongly recommended. Just writing it down makes it concrete, clarifies it in your own mind.
It brings back that Jim Rohn idea. Reasons come first, answers come second. Understand your why.
Absolutely. And the video warns, don't skip this step. It's easy to confuse just being active with actually making progress, and then you end up wasting that precious focus.
That direction-setting piece is like your compass for the hour, making sure the effort actually points somewhere meaningful.
Precisely. It ensures you're steering toward where you want to go.
Okay, next up, the video talks about the power of daily learning. Makes a strong point that success really comes from learning what to do.
Yes, and what's really great here is how it makes learning accessible. It's not saying you need, fancy degrees or expensive courses.
Right.
It's just about using that consistent, focused hour each day to actively feed your mind.
That hour becomes your edge, doesn't it? Your secret weapon, as they put it. You're actively developing, while maybe others are just passively consuming.
And it echoes that other Jim Rohn classic. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. It's about that continuous personal growth.
So what kind of learning does it suggest focusing on in that hour?
It gives a few ideas. Diving into good books, learning from mentors, even through their writings or recordings, studying biographies of successful people, or focusing on core personal development areas, things like communication, health, wealth, mindset.
And the key is active, intentional learning, right? Not just browsing.
Exactly. Picking your materials on purpose, saying, okay, this is my growth hour, and the cumulative effect it highlights is pretty staggering. 1 hour a day. That's over 365 hours a year.
Wow, when you put it like that.
Think about the impact that could have on your knowledge, your confidence, your ability to solve problems. You're building this incredible intellectual foundation hour by hour.
But then, crucially, the video doesn't stop at just learning. It makes a big distinction between learning and doing.
Yes, this is vital. Learning without applying it is just, well, it's just entertainment, really.
Ouch. Okay, so it says something like 1 hour of practice beats 10 hours of theory.
Right. It cuts straight through that tendency we sometimes have to just keep researching, keep preparing, waiting to feel perfectly ready before we actually do anything.
Yeah, the I'm not ready yet trap.
The video argues that real skill, real mastery comes from the practice, from actually wrestling with the thing you're learning.
And it tackles that confidence issue too, right? Saying confidence doesn't come before you act.
It comes from the action. It's a result of trying, maybe stumbling a bit, but seeing yourself make progress.
So during that hour, it's advocating for hands-on stuff related to your goals.
Absolutely. If you're learning writing, write. Learning a language, speak it. Planning a business, work on the plan. Design something. The message is clear. No more waiting, no more endless prepping, just start doing.
And perfection isn't the goal, especially at first.
Not at all. Repetition is the key. Just getting the reps in, even if it feels awkward initially, you refine as you go. And seeing that visible progress day by day, that builds incredible self-trust.
That makes sense. That growing belief in yourself, fueled by actually doing it, that's
It's
powerful.
incredibly powerful. It feeds itself.
Okay, so you've done your hour of focused learning and practice. What's next? The video talks about reflection, refinement, repetition. Why is reflection so important?
Well, the idea is that if you just keep charging ahead without ever pausing to look back, you limit how much you actually grow from the experience. Reflection is where you digest it.
Digest the experience.
Yeah. It's about taking maybe just 5 minutes at the end of the hour. Ask yourself, okay, what did I actually learn? What did I accomplish? Where did I struggle? And crucially, what will I do differently or better tomorrow?
It's like a mini debrief with yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Brief but powerful. The video points out quite insightfully why people often skip this. It forces you to look at your patterns, the good and the bad, to be honest about whether you're really moving forward.
Yeah, facing the patterns.
But it argues that this deliberate reflection is what creates clarity. It drives targeted improvement. It leads to better results faster.
And that leads into the refinement part.
Yeah.
Taking what you learned in reflection and tweaking things.
Precisely. Making those small adjustments. The video uses a great analogy, like an airplane constantly making tiny course corrections to stay exactly on track.
Ah, nice. So it's not about huge overhauls, but constant small improvements.
That's usually how real excellence is built. Small, smart adjustments, consistently over time. So the formula becomes reflect, refine, repeat. That's the engine for moving from, ordinary to exceptional.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, the video shifts focus a bit to something really foundational. Investing in health. Calls it the engine of life.
And it's so true, isn't it? It highlights that deep connection between mind and body. You just can't operate at your best mentally. You can't pursue your goals with energy if you're physically run down.
So it's advocating for dedicating time, maybe even part of that hour, or another hour specifically to physical well-being.
Yes, investing that hour daily. To move, breathe, stretch, sweat. It stresses consistency over intensity. It doesn't have to be some crazy workout regime.
Is consistent effort. What kind of things?
Anything that gets you moving and feeling good. Brisk walks, dancing, weights, yoga, time in nature. The key is making it a non-negotiable priority.
And it brings in that Jim Rohn quote again. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live.
It's such a stark reminder, isn't it? So fundamental.
The video also warns about just quietly neglecting health. The long-term costs.
Yeah, the insidious creep of it, until suddenly you're dealing with doctor's bills, energy crashes, missed opportunities because you physically can't keep up. It frames it as a choice. Discipline now, which weighs ounces.
Versus regret later, which weighs tons. Yeah, I've heard that one.
It's powerful. And the point isn't just avoiding illness. It's about actively fueling the energy you need to give your best, to chase your purpose with vitality.
Your health is the foundation for everything else.
Absolutely. It underpins all other success.
Okay, let's talk about money. The video gets into building wealth in the quiet hour. It makes an interesting distinction between wages and profits.
Yes, this is key. Wages, they pay the bills, but often real wealth accumulation comes from profits, from businesses, investments, creating assets.
And the idea is you can start building that profit-generating side, even with just one focused hour a day, often outside your main job.
Exactly. Use that quiet hour strategically, maybe starting a side hustle, learning a high-income skill, writing, planning, selling, building something.
And you don't need a fancy setup.
Nope. Just, as the video implies, hunger and dedication. The real power is in the momentum, that consistent effort. 1 hour might seem small, but 5 hours a week, month after month, that's serious time invested.
260 hours a year just from weekdays.
It adds up. You can make real progress building a business, mastering a skill, creating assets. It's that quiet, focused work, often unseen, that builds wealth over time.
And the payoff isn't just money, right? It's confidence, independence.
Totally. Increased confidence, more income streams, greater financial freedom. It's about proactively shaping your financial future hour by hour.
Interestingly, the deep dive doesn't just focus on work and wealth. It brings in relationships built 1 hour at a time. That feels important.
Oh, hugely important. It addresses that potential emptiness of achieving conventional success but having weak connections. Success can feel hollow without meaningful relationships.
So how does the 1 hour principle apply here?
It argues that good relationships, like wealth or skill, are built incrementally. They need time, care, real presence. So it parallels the wealth idea. Relationships grow one dedicated hour at a time. Through genuine conversation, really listening, giving someone your undivided attention.
It's about the quality of that time, not just being in the same room.
Exactly. The video emphasizes being fully present. People remember how you make them feel, and that comes across when you truly give them your focused time.
So it suggests intentionally carving out an hour, maybe not daily for everyone, but regularly for key people, spouse, kids, parents, friends, mentors.
Yes. And really being with them during that time. No distractions, just connection. That undivided presence is incredibly powerful for strengthening bonds.
And the results, deeper trust, stronger connections.
A stronger support system. Because let's face it, life throws curveballs. Having strong relationships provides that crucial support network. You don't want to achieve success and feel alone.
It's investing in your emotional bank account, so to speak.
Beautifully put. A rich life isn't just dollars. It's measured in memories, in moments of connection, and those can start with just one dedicated hour.
Okay, so the video brings all these different areas, health, wealth, learning, relationships together, under this idea of stacking your hours, stacking your future.
Yeah, it ties it all back together. The core message, big success, a well-rounded life. It's built piece by piece, hour by hour, across these vital areas.
And it hammers home how we underestimate that 1 hour. You mentioned the yearly total before. Over 365 hours. That's huge.
It really is. Over 7 full-time work weeks, essentially. The video asks, what could you achieve with that much focused time? It makes you think.
And it talks about how these small disciplines actually change who you are, your identity.
Right. Every time you show up for that hour, you're casting a vote for the kind of person you want to be. Someone who follows through, someone who invests in themselves.
You're building momentum, confidence, seeing results. You shift from being someone who waits for things to happen
to someone who actively builds their future. An architect, not just an observer.
And it acknowledges, realistically, that you might miss an hour here or there.
Life happens. But the key is not letting it break the chain completely. Just get back to stacking those hours the next day. The ultimate question it leaves you with is, did you use your hours wisely?
Powerful. And that leads right into the final message. 1 hour turns into a new you. It circles back to that initial feeling of, is 1 hour enough?
And contrasts it with the potential transformation over time. It stresses, this change isn't magic. It's not overnight. It's the direct result of that consistent, intentional effort, day in, day out.
Those hours literally rewire your brain, reshape habits, rebuild confidence.
You realize you didn't need to change everything all at once. You just needed to change how you used your time, starting with that one critical hour.
Controlling 1 hour leads to controlling the day, shaping the future.
And it hammers home that definition of success. Discipline, applied daily. Just 1 hour at a time, no excuses.
The end result. A transformed identity, someone who shows up, follows through, lives intentionally, builds wisely, all from that 1 hour.
It's a compelling vision.
So the final takeaway seems incredibly clear. The call to action is, start now.
Start today, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's a promise. Today is a decision you can make right this second.
And don't wait for motivation, right?
Yeah.
Or the perfect mood.
No, don't wait for the stars to align. Just begin. The video really stresses that showing up consistently is the catalyst.
You don't need to be amazing or have it all figured out. Just be willing to show up for that hour.
Exactly. Knowing isn't doing. Action is what creates change. You've got the map now. You've got the steps.
So the final challenge for you, the listener, is really a decision. Which hour will you take back? Starting today, what will you build in that hour? Who will you become because of it?
Because making that choice, dedicating that 1 hour consistently to your growth, your health, your relationships, your purpose, it truly has the power to create a life maybe a year from now that you can currently only imagine.
Make that your story. Start today. It's worth it. 1 hour, one decision.
One new you.